as I said yesterday, today is an experiment day. June 29th, National Almond Buttercrunch Day. Now here's the story behind why we're doing an experiment. Look, we're doing an experiment and I even have a thermometer ready to go here. Here's the story behind this. There was a Buttercrunch Day back in January. And for that show, we did a knockoff of a Butterfingers, a homemade Butterfingers, if any of you saw that. If you didn't see it, it will be re-uploaded. It has to be re-edited with the new opening in order to get it to play. Long story. Anyway, we also had another day in January, English Toffee Day, which we did with the toffee, the chocolate, and the almond. So that, in a sense, was Almond Buttercrunch Day. I mean, because the recipes I've looked for Almond Buttercrunch is basically the same thing. So I came up with this idea. Let's try something different today. What if instead of chocolate, like candy chocolate, we took a chocolate cake, 2 layers of a chocolate cake, and we made the same caramel and almonds that you would use with the Buttercrunch. If you remember, if those of you that watched, you poured it onto a sheet, and then you put the chocolate chips on top, and then you spread it, and the whole thing melted, and then it re-hardened and became like this brittle, whatever. English Toffee Day, watch that, because that's exactly what this is. So I thought, well, what if we take the chocolate cake as our chocolate, make that caramel with the almonds, and pour it in the middle of our cake, and then over the top of our cake, in a sense making an Almond Buttercrunch cake. We're going to try that one today. Now, I already have my cakes made here. I didn't show you how to do these because, I will admit it today, I used a box mix. Because when I experiment, I want to go as cheap as possible in case this whole thing goes to hell and it's terrible. Then I only spent $1 on the cake. Okay? So that's fine. Rather than using up all my from-scratch ingredients to make a from-scratch chocolate cake. Alrighty? So there's nothing to this. Let's just get started right away. In our sauce pot here, we're going to mix a stick and a half of butter, 2 cups of sugar, I know it's a lot of sugar, and a cup of chopped almonds. That's it. We're just going to stir this till it gets boiling. Once it starts to boil, leave it alone. Watch your thermometer. When it gets to 300, you're ready to pour. It's that simple today. But the final product is going to be whether this experiment works or not. Alrighty? So I'm just going to stir this together and get this to a boiling point, and once it does, then we're just going to leave it there and let it boil, 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 boil till 300. Alrighty? Be right back. Okay, so our mixture is bubbling away. We stirred it in the beginning till we got it to where it's boiling, and now we just leave it alone. Don't touch it anymore. Watch your thermometer. When it hits 300, we're ready to go. Okay? This is going to be kind of cool today. The reason why this is an experiment to me is because when this stuff re-hardens, it's really like crack hard. You know what I mean? Like glass, like it breaks. So that's the only thing. I don't know how that's going to work with a cake, because if that re-hardens over the top of this, is it going to make it like impossible to cut through? And then when you're eating it, you know, you're going to be saying while you're eating a cake. I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work. So we're going to try it. We're going to see today and see what this works. I mean, I think it should still be okay. I don't know. You're still going to have the crunch of the almonds. I don't know. It's an interesting one today. But I like doing stuff like this from time to time. Mix it up. That's what I tell you all the time. Try different stuff. If it's a certain kind of day, it's Almond Buttercrunch Day. Who says I got to make the same Almond Buttercrunch candy we did before? Nobody wants to watch the same show, the same thing. Yeah, we saw that. This is something different we're going to try. And I try it so that way if it sucks, you don't have to try it. Or maybe you got the solution of how to fix it. Either way, we'll see. But I'm going to wait till this is at 300. We'll be back when we're ready to pour this thing all over our cake. And then we're done. We got to let it just re-harden, and then we're going to eat it and see what happens. Okay, we're done. Off the heat, 300 degrees. Okay, let's just stir this a little bit, and let's start pouring this over our cake here. Okay, our caramel that we made here. Man, this thing is going to be really good if it works. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, top layer on, put the rest of it over. Okay. I'm just drizzling this thing all the way down the whole cake. Okay, looks like lava. It's going to run all over my counter. That's okay. That's what paper towels are made for. Alrighty. See, I wore my safety goggles just in case. Just in case this thing went awry, this experiment. Always wear your protective goggles in case your experiments go awry. Alrighty, that's it. I mean, it's kind of messy, but I'm thinking it's going to be kind of good. We'll see. Alrighty. Let me let this thing sit here and cool and reharden, and we'll be back to try this thing. Safety glasses, remember. Alrighty, so it's been a little while, and it's rehardened. I mean, the cool thing is you get these nice pieces of almond buttercrunch when you switch it to another plate that break off that you can kind of chew on too. But the trick is going to be, here comes the experiment. Are we able to cut this thing, and can you eat it? I mean, look at it. It's this candy. Oh, we went through the middle too. It just all breaks apart. I don't know if this one's going to work, people. Oh yeah, this thing's just kind of breaking all over the place. I mean, maybe if you used, yeah, look at this. The cake's falling apart. Okay, see? This is why we experiment and we do these things and we try them. I mean, can you still eat it? Of course you can. It's still chocolate cake with this nice buttercrunch on it. It's actually really good. I just don't know how you're supposed to saw through that. I mean, maybe if you use like an electric kitchen knife, like you use for your turkey, and you saw through it, maybe. Alright, well, you know what though? All broken apart like this, if you put a bunch of these chunks into a bowl and heated it up a little bit, just to make it hot, and put a scoop of ice cream on this, now that would work. That would definitely work. Because you're going to break it all apart with your ice cream anyway. And then it'd be like kind of like an almond buttercrunch ice cream. You know, you get the crunchy pieces in your ice cream. And then you get cake on top of it. Because who doesn't love cake? Alright. We're going to try to eat this one as best we can. There's our experiment for today, everybody. Almond Buttercrunch Day. That's our take on it. I think we did alright. Came up with a cool idea. Maybe if you guys have a suggestion on how to cut it or fix it, put it in the comments. Let's see. Maybe we can figure this one out. Alrighty? See you tomorrow. We got a cocktail tomorrow. Polynesian cocktail, I think. Or tropical or fruity or something, or all of the above. But it's going to be a good one. See you then.